Hello and welcome to Have You Heard? Today we are listening to Renaissance again, and it is from this beautiful album, Turn of the Cards, and of course it's Mother Russia. Mother Russia, one of my absolute favourite songs, full stop. Doesn't matter which band, I love this song. Um, Almost, I think, the perfect blend of rock and orchestra, of classical music and rock music. Um, Simply beautiful. And lots of little bits of interesting information about it as well, which I'll talk about afterwards. We'll listen to the music now. If you are new to the channel, welcome. We have 130 odd videos for you to look back on in our playlists, and why not subscribe to the channel as well? Then you'll get up to date notifications of us every day when we put out a new video. So anyway, that's all the advertising over. Let's listen to Mother Russia by Renaissance, released in July 1974. And well, it's just so good. Enjoy it.
Pays the price, works the seasons through. Frozen days, he thinks of you. Cold as ice, but he burns for you. Mother Russia, can't you hear him too? Mother's son, freedom's overdue. Lonely man, he thinks of you. He isn't done only
as I say, I think it's the perfect blend. Oh, excuse me. The perfect blend of orchestra and rock band. Um, I was trying to look on the back cover. Is produced by Renaissance Dick Plant and Richard Gerterer. Um, Dick Plant, I saw um, a quote of his where he said that he believes that the driving force of this particular song musically is John Tout's piano. And that normally, I think, is the case for the sort of the longer form Renaissance songs. But normally he kind of has a solo, doesn't he, at the beginning, and he introduces the whole melody through the piano. Whereas here, it's not so much. It's the orchestra, but you can hear his piano um, throughout the whole piece. Uh, Such an underrated keyboard player he was, and of course, famously played on August with Wishbone Ash, um, which is the first time I ever saw his name. Um, right, so much to say about the song. Firstly, well, musically, Annie Haslam's vocals are peerless, of course. There hasn't been another singer like her since here. Um, the uh, the orchestration, and I think I mentioned this on Running Hard. We've done Running Hard from this album before. If you haven't heard it, go and sort of look it up on the playlist under Prog Classics. You'll find it there. Um, the orchestral arrangements were done by Jimmy Horowitz, and the band were effusive in their praise of this gentleman, saying he got it absolutely right and he was a pleasure to work with. And it certainly is magnificent. And in that middle interlude, orchestral interlude, the orchestra just builds and builds and builds to that climax. Then Annie comes in for the final couple of verses. Um, it's so uplifting. Uh, it certainly gives me a whole lot of vitality and strength listening to a Renaissance song like this. It's very good for the soul, I think. Um, Talking about the music, it's credited to Michael Dunford, of course, the acoustic guitarist, and he was back in the band, or he joined the band on this album, having done the music for them on the previous three. Although John Camp, incredible bass player who we lost only a year or so ago, didn't we? John Camp was quite a little bit miffed because he believed that he had contributed a hell of a lot more um, to the writing of the music and wasn't given any credits, particularly that instrumental interlude. He said it was his work, but he didn't get the credit. Um, the lyrics, of course, are by Betty Thatcher, as usual, a poet who worked with Michael Dunford. But unusually for this song, she completed the lyrics. Um, am I right? Yes, she completed the lyrics before the music the band had even started thinking about writing the music. Normally, it was the other way around. They would do the music and then she would put words to that music. So this was um, a different case. Not that it makes any difference at all. And of course, the words are all about Alexander Solzhenitsyn, the famous Russian novelist who was forced out of the Soviet Union in 1974. And Betty Thatcher wrote about it was a tribute to him. And she used one of his novels, The Rise and Fall of Ivan Denisovich. I've had to write it all down. To to yeah, to form that tribute, she used little portions from that novel. Um, but yeah, Mother Russia is about Solzhenitsyn, I think, um, bemoaning the state of the once wonderful country, no freedom, etc., etc. But what a great song! What a great piece of music! What great performances! Um, Top notch, absolutely top notch from everybody, and it's incredible to think that here in the UK, Renaissance never had a top 20 album. They never had it I think their best performing album was gosh, Songs for All Seasons, which got to 35. And even in the States, where they were much more popular, of course, still no album cracked the top 40. Um, they were popular there, of course, and the live double album of them at Carnegie Hall is something that I only bought a few years ago, and I wished I'd bought it many years before that. It's absolutely brilliant, and the way that they perform these songs live, and of course they had an orchestra there as well. Um, it is absolutely tremendous. That was a concert I would have loved to have been at. Still, there we are. That's Renaissance, and I hope you enjoyed it. We've done a few Renaissance before. They've always been fairly popular. I know we have some of our core subscribers are very big fans of Renaissance. So, guys, this one's for you. I hope you enjoy it. Please put some comments below and tell me what you think. What you think of the band, what you think of this album and song. Um, I always struggle between Turn of the Cards and Scheherazade and Other Stories there. As to which one's my favourite Renaissance album, and it kind of changes with the weather. At the moment, I'm leaning towards Turn of the Cards. So, yeah, there we are. Like and subscribe, please, to help us get out there a little bit more. We need all the exposure that we can get, of course. But most importantly, if you are new to here, as I said before, please look back at the songs that we've covered so far. There are various playlists linked that give you a bit of a flavour for the kind of music that we've been listening to on Have You Heard. Another 40 odd seconds, and this one would have been a contender for our epic track review, which we do every Monday. That's at least 10 minutes worth of epic music. And there'll be, as I say, there'll be one coming up again on Monday. But coming in at 9:18, Mother Russia qualified for a regular Have You Heard? And I'm very pleased as well that we did it. Thank you very much for watching. Please have a look at everything that we've done before, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Have You Heard, which will be tomorrow. So until then, cheers everybody.